Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making this awesome, cute little bat wing tumbler. These wings are 3D printed. They can be found on my website, Sculpistry.com. Okay, to get started, what I used was some black spray paint to go ahead and base spray paint the front and the back of these wings. Okay, I have some acetate paper here that I purchased off of Amazon. The link will be in the description bar of this video. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of my wings and I'm gonna trace along the edge of my wing on this acetate paper. This is just so I can make a template, because what I am attempting to do is make this a shaker bat wing. Okay, and that is where you take some liquid and some glitter and you seal it up with some acetate paper, and you can make a really cute design. Okay, so all you're doing is kind of creating your template here. Get your scissors and you're just going to cut it out. Okay, I would recommend getting a smaller pair of scissors. It was a little tricky getting into the curves with these big scissors, but I just took my time and I just went along the edge here. You do want to cut, I guess I would say, above the line, not necessarily on the line, because if you cut on the line you'll have a bigger template than you need. Okay, so just cut a little above the line and it should fit perfectly. You won't have to double cut. A big shout out to Sean Jesus with Shawnee Shop. You guys go check him out on Instagram and on TikTok. He actually purchased some of these handles from me and was one of the first that made them. Go check out his bat wing tumblers. They're so cute. You can see them in our Facebook group, Sculpistry Squad, or you can also see them on his social media. Okay, thanks again, Sean. I appreciate all of your support. So once you finally get the fit right, again, like I said, if you cut on the line, you're going to have a little bit of overhang, so go ahead and cut above the line. But once you finally get the fit right, you are going to go ahead and start adding your glitters. Okay, I am so blown away by the glitters that I have for today's tutorial. You'll see them when I make my cup. I'll go into detail a little bit more then, but for these bat wings, I just picked up some glitter at Michael's. I honestly was looking for like a purple iridescent mix, and I just picked it up right at Michael's in their little recollection section. Okay, and it is really a pretty glitter. I would not necessarily recommend using it on a tumbler. It is a little thicker than most glitters, chunkier, and you might have a hard time sanding, but for this it worked out perfectly. All right, so here's the thing. We for our shaker molds or our snow globe tumblers, we use some type of mixture for a specific type of flow and all that. For this, you don't need anything like that. All right, you really just need some purified or distilled water, because anything thicker than that, it's not really going to flow. And I say that because the indentions, I guess I would call them, for the bat wings is just not deep enough for really anything to get in there. Okay, so you could go ahead and do water with this, or you can just add some UV resin in that just to give it a nice look. Okay, you could check out some other of the crafters who've made these in our Facebook group, and some of them have just gone ahead and glittered them. So the design is up to you. Okay, but for this I used regular distilled water and I used the glitter, and now I am just mixing that all together, trying to make sure I have it only on the end parts of the bat wings and not on the edges. Okay, I'm using this janky UV resin again, guys. Go ahead and get you some good UV resin. I again have not ordered some. I have a couple of companies in mind that I want to order from. I just went to Michael's because I needed something quick. But again, this is a soft cure. You will have to seal this with epoxy if you know, decide to get this brand. What I'm doing is I am adding some UV resin all along the black edge of the bat wing, okay, even in the middle, because I want to separate the sections, okay. So I'm going around the entire edge with a very thin layer. You don't need a lot, just a little bit, and you just want to make sure that it's fully covered. All right, then you are going to get your acetate paper. Don't lose it. It's because it's see-through, it is easy to kind of be like, where did it go? All right, and you're going to place it on your bat wing. All right, once you place it on your bat wing, you are going to get your UV light. All right, and you are going to place it on top of your bat wing. I took a popsicle stick to go ahead and make sure that it's pressed on there. And I just kind of kept tapping to make sure that it really is getting, you know, cured completely on all the locations, etc. And once I did this, I let this sit under my light, you know, for the designated time. And then once I did that, I removed it from my light. Okay, I did go ahead and make sure that there was no leakage, and then I went ahead and added a layer of UV resin right on top of the acetate paper. Okay, let's get started with the beautiful tumbler. Guys, I don't know if you know Glitz and Glam Glitter. I found them on TikTok. We've actually been TikTok friends for a while, someone, but you really don't know them. And I was looking for, I actually was scrolling through my For You page and saw a tumbler, and I was like, ooh, I like that glitter. Clicked on her profile and went to her website and fell in love. I just took the plunge and decided to place a large order with her. And I will tell you, you will not be disappointed. I am in love. I did an unboxing on my TikTok channel. But I went ahead and purchased this one called Polar Glitz. Of course, I'm using the epoxy method for adding these glitters because I'm trying to ombre the top and bottom with the middle. Okay, again, this glitter is called Polar Glitz. It's a 0.15 glitter. I particularly like 0.15 glitters. They're my favorite, regardless of the company that I choose. I'm getting that 0.15. You know, that is the medium size glitter, I guess you would call it. The 0.08 is the extra fine. I'm not an extra fine girly, but you know, it is what it is. And so I went ahead and added some of this Polar Glitz to the middle section. You see, I haven't even transferred it to my jars yet. I just got it. And then I am using Hocus Pocus. This is also a 0.15 glitter. It is a very nice purple iridescent mix, and I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the top and the bottom of this tumbler. I in the beginning of this, base spray painted my cup black and white, and you know, again, added a very thin layer of epoxy and used the epoxy as my glue to add the glitters. And I'm really saying that for those of you who may be watching that are new. This is called the epoxy method, where you don't have to add, say, Mod Podge. You add a very thin layer of epoxy, and then you're able to add your glitters. All right, so here I'm carefully going over the black section because again, I do not have these in my shakers. So I am really ready to risk it all here, and I am just carefully letting this glitter come out of this bag very, very carefully. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the top of this tumbler, and then I'm going to go back with my white, that Polar Glitz. Look at this glitter, guys. I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. Like, I'm not a affiliate of this company, but I really can't say enough about this glitter. It is absolutely beautiful, and this is without the epoxy on it. You see what I'm saying? This is not in the sunlight. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And so I will continue to use this glitter. If I become an affiliate, then I will definitely get the code to share with you guys. But yeah, I'm going to continue to add this and carefully add it, and then I'm going to go back with my white. For those of you that are OG tumbler makers, you're probably looking at this and cringing because I literally do not have this in a shaker. You're probably like, oh my God, it's gonna dump out. But I did good. It did not dump out, and I decided to stop while I was ahead. And I'm just going to like kind of shake that Polar Glitz, which is the white, onto the purple. It doesn't really matter as much like getting that onto the purple. I just didn't want to get the purple onto the white, if that makes sense. Okay. And I'm going to tilt my tumbler down, and I am going to shake it onto this part of the cup. Okay. This technique, or this style where you do the color on top and the color on bottom, has become very popular. I see it a lot in the community, and I am still getting acclimated to making glitter tumblers. I guess I kind of was used to making glitter tumblers back in the day, and then I got out of it and I kind of just only did 3D tumblers and everything. And then now you see I got a little heavy there. Now I am getting back into making glitter tumblers. So if you have a favorite tumbler design, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'd love to know what your favorite design is. Again, I'm still kind of getting back into it, and I'm actually enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying the ease of making tumblers and adding a little touch with a topper here or there, or adding some handles, etc. I was so engulfed in clay, and I have a lot of good memories. I still make some 3D tumblers, but I am enjoying adding these little touches to the tumbler without having to use as much clay. That's just me. But here I am going back in with this purple. I don't know why I decided to do that because it was honestly fine. But I'm going back in with this purple, and I guess I added a little too much white, and I'm just doing this until I feel comfortable with it. And that's what it's all about, guys. Again, like I said in my previous tutorial, nothing's gonna be perfect. Just try your best, okay? And do it until you are proud of it, okay? Before the ombre, you are supposed to tilt your tumbler down at an angle. I have a very awkward position here. But you are supposed to tilt your tumbler down, and you are supposed to hold it at an angle so that your glitter does not fall all in one area. All right. But yeah, I decided that I was going to try to sprinkle some with my hand, and then I was like, nah, this is fine. Okay. And so then I put this on my turner. I allowed it to cure fully, and then I went ahead and added a layer of epoxy onto this. I'm using CCDIY's Fast Set Epoxy. It is currently my go-to epoxy. If you are looking for a discount code, I have a $5 off of a $40 order by using the code Tapestry. Okay. And I do not get any type of compensation for that. That is strictly for you guys. Okay, so this is what it looks like coming off of the turner. I am going to take my sanding block right here, and I'm going to sand this bad boy and get it ready for epoxy. I actually again was impatient, and I did not add another layer of epoxy yet. Normally, like if you're watching this as a tutorial that this is how to make a glitter tumbler, you would sand this, add a layer of epoxy, and then you would add your decal. That's what you should do, okay? What I did was sanded this. I took a baby wipe with some alcohol, and I, wiped off the sand excess, right? And then I added my decal. Yes, that's what I did. I went ahead and added my decal. And then I added my handles, and then I sealed it all together. It worked out fine for me. But normally you do want to make sure your tumbler is smooth before you go ahead and add your decal, okay? And you do that by adding a layer of epoxy, all right? Okay, so just like the flower handle tutorial, I am going to be adding these bat wings on to this tumbler with some hot glue. And this is what I chose to do. Again, because I can be impatient, and B, because it sets quickly and I don't have to worry about slipping or anything like that. So I'll just do one line of hot glue, nothing major, no globs or anything like that. And then I'm going to stand my tumbler up, okay? I'm going to place it on and then stand my tumbler up because you want to make sure that it is straight. If you hold your tumbler, you know, if you hold your tumbler, it can look like it's straight and it's not. So go ahead and, stand it up and make sure it's straight. All right. And then for the second handle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Sharpie. I'm going to kind of see, where it's at. I'm going to get a Sharpie and I'm going to mark it right where it looks like it lines up, and that way I can have a guide. So when I add my line of hot glue, I know where to go ahead and add my handle. Okay. And then once your handles are on, again, you don't need a lot of hot glue or any type of glue. You just need enough that it's going to stick, because you do have to seal this all in with epoxy. Okay. I am going to say that you need to seal all of this in with an epoxy. I do not recommend using UV resin as your final part sealer. Okay, I recommend using a strong epoxy. There's several great fast setting epoxies out there, several brands, and that's what I would recommend rather than UV resin. If I'm being 100% honest, these UV DTF prints have me spoiled. I had to actually use my Cricut today. And I had to actually cut out vinyl and weed vinyl, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, the UV DTFs are the way to go. I just couldn't find one that said anything like this. I went on Etsy and I was looking and looking and I couldn't find one, but I will say I'm completely out of touch with using this this little picker tool. You see, I think I even have it upside down. I'm so used to just peeling and sticking with the UV DTF prints, but I found this shop on Etsy. I will link it in the description bar, and her SVG or his SVG was really great. It's called Bat to the Bone. I thought it would go really great with this tumbler. I chose a dark purple vinyl that I purchased right at Michael's. It is like a glittery type of vinyl, and I am weeding this SVG out. I did not do any type of reverse weeding, so you guys who are experts in weeding, don't come for me, because I am not an expert in weeding, nor am I an expert in reverse weeding. Okay, there's some great things that I can do, but that's not one of them. So I just continue to weed this out. You will see that I messed up on the B. I had to recut the bee in the bone parts. That was so annoying to me because I literally was using scrap vinyl to make this and I was almost out. So I had a little sliver of vinyl left that I could cut the bee out with. Okay. So take your time if you're doing this. Still, I do not know why I have my picker tool upside down. That's so funny to me. This is where I messed up. You see, it was like I was trying to do it, but this vinyl is so thin. I was so angry about that. I was like, you know what? F it. I'm just going to go ahead and cut another bee because I messed that one up. And yeah, so I didn't cut that part out. You know, I want you guys to see that it does happen this way sometimes. But then I went ahead and used my transfer tape and I applied this to my tumbler. This SVG comes with, it's like a very busy design. It came with stars that you could have added in the middle. I spaced it out on my Cricut software, but it is very compacted when you purchase the SVG, okay? And then once I finished weeding this out, I added, like I said, added it to my tumbler. I added my final layer of epoxy, and then I took it out in the sunlight to show you guys this beautiful tumbler in all of its glory. I truly hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial as much as I enjoyed making it and showing you guys how I did it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay, until next time, bye guys.